back again at Sidewell's Towers.
Yeah.
Hi, Reegs.
Hi.
Hi, Meeg.
Back once again with the Renegade Master.
With the ill behaviour.
Recording slightly earlier this week due to absences. So we haven't had time to collect enough votes to disclose the winner of our Star Wars character yet.
But the response so far, Sidey, it's been quite...
Well, we've had a bit of dialogue,
rubbish.
but no one's actually made any nominations yet.
So
But
probably
really-
by the time that this actually goes out, there will be like millions.
Yeah, probably at 100 million. But to be fair, it's not been up 24 hours yet, so...
Yeah.
So shall we dive straight into this week's top 5, which has been chosen because the 5th of January is National Bird Day.
Right.
Meg, this was your nomination, top 5 birds,
Okay.
cinematic birds.
Okay.
So
So,
I've got a good list, a strong list.
okay.
Why don't you start with... Well, it's yours one, Meeg, so why don't you start with one of your top 5
What
birds?
about birds from the birds?
Yeah, I had that. I had the birds down.
Yeah, from the actual birds.
Yeah, none of them are named, so it's a tough one. But
Big bird from Sesame Street. Is it Yellow Bird? What's it called?
Big Bird.
it's a big bird.
It is Big Bird, yeah. It's a difficult one to remember.
I had also.
He died recently, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
The guy...
So it's also very topical.
Megan Fox from Transformers.
Yeah, I thought this was more the angle that you...
Yeah.
Because I've also got Kez.
I did mean Kes the Kestrel.
Yeah, Condor Man.
Condor Man.
Condor
Okay.
Man. That's you've plucked that one right out.
He's making it in over Pamela Henderson or something.
So have we got any for the top 5 yet?
No.
Birds.
I think we're not sure whether it's birds or birds.
Well, based on the way that you were talking in the group,
Birds.
I've only written women down.
Okay, go on, hit me with a couple.
I've got Liz Hurley and Bedazzled.
Very
Always
specific.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of Liz Hurley, specifically in that movie. Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Bombshell.
Honestly, don't know if I've watched a Hepburn film.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, right. Okay. But
I think I've only seen her in that Galaxy chocolate advert.
she's dynamite.
Really?
She's a good-looking woman.
Okay, she's
Grace Kelly. I'm going for the classics.
Yeah.
Dial M for Murder, Rear Window, To Catch a Thief, all the Hitchcock ones.
Yeah.
Good-looking woman.
They have to have made some sort of
Film.
impact on cinema. Impact on cinema or something like that.
deep
It's actually
impact,
a
yeah.
half decent film.
Well, I don't know, but I reckon it'd be well out of order for you to start naming your co-workers.
All right, what else we got?
Iago from Aladdin, the parrot.
Yeah, good shout.
Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
I'm much preferring your version of the list because this makes
Is
me
that,
feel
is that
uncomfortable.
film?
There may have been a TV
There was a cartoon,
adaptation.
I think, of...
Yeah. March of the Penguins.
Okay,
Yeah, Penguins of Madagascar ties
Yeah.
into a previous
Poorly.
episode.
Happy Feet.
Paulie was the film about a parrot. Do you remember that?
Yeah, is it Talking Parrot, isn't it?
All-
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, all parrots talk.
Yeah, but this one was not only able to talk, but was able to have a proper conversation with you.
Oh, okay. There's another one, and it's a Marvel film, and it's still the best Marvel film ever.
I'm intrigued.
There's a talking bird
Yep.
in the best Marvel film.
Yeah. Features in a few, but I'm going way back. But he's also in the...
Gwyneth Paltrow. She talks.
No, because Sidey's done...
She wouldn't be on either list.
Okay.
Shall I put you out of your
Well,
misery?
who's the top Marvel bird?
Howard the Duck.
Oh, of course, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
He sneaked in, didn't he?
But he
I
has his
also-
own movie, and it's a fucking absolute...
So who's
Gem.
the top Marvel bird?
Serious, because that always goes on the worst movies, but I love that would have been
Yeah.
my guilty pleasure pick.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck, the movie.
Yeah.
Amazing, especially with the duck with the tits at the beginning. No, it's just really funny. And it's got Jeffrey, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
who's
Dahmer.
like a
And then
homeless speedo
the
as
chick
well
is
now.
the girl from Back to the Future,
Yeah.
which I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Beverly...
No, I want to say Tia, but that sounds like rubbish. Okay, so I'm putting number 1, Howard the Duck.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
make it in.
This could be some sort of weird hybrid of birds and ladies.
Yeah, okay.
So
Jane
who's,
Fonda?
Who's the best Marvel chick then?
Well,
Bird. Female Marvel superhero then.
for me,
Brie
it's-
Larson,
Well,
Captain
I've
Marvel?
actually put like women. I've got Scarlett Johansson because I think she's
Black Widow.
I think I
incredible
prefer...
actress and also super hot.
I think I prefer...
Incredible actress.
Is it Elizabeth Olsen?
Well,
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. She was brilliant in that one where she's in
the
the
Olsen
cult.
twins.
No, the cult movie thing. Oh, what was
I
it
don't know
called?
it.
It's a good movie, and she's really good in it.
Because she's one of those twins that were kids.
I don't think she's one of the... They
I
weren't
think-
twins either, were they?
All twins were kids when they were younger, I think, Meek. I'm pretty sure.
Standard.
But I
Yeah.
don't think they were twins, were they? Were the Olsen twins? Were they twins?
The Olsen sisters or the Olsen twins?
Is she one of those, yeah?
I think she's an Olsen.
What happened to the other one then?
Jimmy Olsen.
I think she's
Stunt double.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think she was an older sister of those two.
Oh.
Interesting.
We'll have to research.
So
that.
I'll put in Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. from
Okay.
Marvel. A great
Empowered
She was really cool in Scott
actress
Pilgrim.
who's not unattractive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked her in Scott
she
Pilgrim.
can fly like a bird, right? Which is kind of cool.
Yep.
That's true, actually. Okay. So Cat Marv.
Okay, but Kez has got to go in there because
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
And
Can you tell me a bit more about Kez? What I feel
there
like I've
was
seen it.
the movie about a boy who, well, it's a book actually originally.
Yeah.
Boy who befriends a kestrel.
He sort of rears it and he has
When
a
you
pretty
say
rough life.
when you say he rears it,
I mean, he
Brings it up.
he raises it.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, brings
he
it
nurses
up.
it to health and it stays with him. And I think the brother asked him to put a bet on for him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he didn't do it. And so I think the bet came in. So
Yeah.
his brother killed,
Himself.
spoiler alert,
Yeah.
killed the bird.
bird.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah, bad times. Another nomination for you,
Yep,
Olivia Wilde.
never heard of her.
Well, is she the one in Rush?
Yeah, she was in Rush, yeah.
And Tron.
I specifically like
too.
her in Tron, where she's sitting on a sofa. so not even just
That
a
is very
film, but
specific.
a specific shot.
moment that
Yeah.
She's sitting on the sofa. She okay?
But I don't know if that's strong enough to get in the top 5.
I
We're actually
was
only looking for
Okay,
one more,
well,
aren't we?
if we're talking about sort of iconic film shots, what about the what's the name of the chick from Wolf of Wall Street?
Margot Robbie.
She
That's a
make an
great
appearance?
shout, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
The,
I was going to go
Quite
Bridget
seen.
The
Bardot
Hills.
because she played Helen of Troy. So Bridget Bardot was obviously a very attractive woman, and she played Helen of Troy, who was the most attractive woman in all of history. So
Okay,
Well,
good. Well, if we've done this kind of stuff.
iconic. Then you've got Marilyn Monroe with the dress on the vent. This is a pretty iconic.
can I ask a
moment.
question? Is this a bit sexist? What's happening right now?
Well, my angle was on women who I thought were brilliant in films.
Yeah.
And who are also presumably easy on the eye. But if you've made it in Hollywood, then you probably are going to be relatively easy on the eye.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I too I actually went for actresses that I really like that also happen to be very
So I
attractive.
haven't put Angelina Jolie, for example, because I don't think she made a single good film.
Yeah, let's try and pick. Okay, let's pick at least one in this list who's actually a fucking good actress.
Well, no, I have. That's what we're saying.
Okay, yeah, me too.
That's why I went for Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn.
Well, I think Scarlett Johansson, because she did Ghost World, which I really like.
Yeah,
And
Under the Skin. She was great in
Man
that.
Who Wasn't There,
Yeah.
which is also Coen Brothers, which is ticking lots of boxes. for me.
Lucy, which I know is a silly
haven't seen
Luke
Lucy
Besson
yet,
movie, but
actually.
it's actually really good. Yeah, ScarJo. And then Kez.
Yeah, like Kez.
So that would mean a top 4 of Howard the Duck,
Yeah.
Kez, Captain Marvel, and Scarlett Johansson.
Brilliant. I love that
I'm
time.
into that.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
think that's a pretty good list.
Excellent.
ScarJo. Cool. And then we need social media followers to hook us up with a 5th.
So they can be either avian or women that you admire in
Or a
or
weird
human.
hybrid.
Yeah.
If you can find both, then it's kind of cool. Condor Man.
Spider Man was good. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
in a
I
long,
remember
long
that.
time.
That was I watched
I
that
had some
a fair
sort of
bit.
book, comic adaptation of it somewhere as well.
Oh, that
It
was
was Michael Crawford, wasn't
that was
it?
a pretty cool film.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it was.
Crawford.
Oliver Reed was in it as well, I think.
What, Michael Crawford as in...
Yeah, this sort of crap that you.
Betty. Or whatever his
Yeah,
name
some
was.
mothers do have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dreadful. That my dad really liked it.
No, that's not right. Is
No,
it?
no, that rings a bell.
Who has them? Some others. have
Your
them.
mum does have it. All right, so top 4: Howard the Duck, Captain Marvel, Kez, and Scarlett Johansson.
Love it.
I was lucky enough to be able to choose film for you guys. I thought it'd be nice to find one that I know that you'd really genuinely appreciate. So I was watching. I ended up randomly. In fact, my missus put this on the TV.
Good decision.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'll pick something random off Netflix." She started watching it, fell asleep, and I was like, "Damn, this is good. This is just non-stop
Modern
stuff."
day
So,
classic.
yeah, so I thought this
So
would be a really
what
great
was
one
the
to
movie,
review.
Meeg?
So it was a kind of what actually just
No,
a
it's
little bit.
title.
Yeah, what was the name of it?
Say a little bit more about what how the film made me feel. So, you know, it really did sort of touch me on multiple ways. In that it was deep. It was
Are we not going to
exciting.
tell the listeners what movie we're talking
It
about?
The
was deep.
suspense is killing people.
It was deep. It was exciting. The character, growth was just phenomenal. And I was just entrenched, captivated by it. So it was Six Underground by some guy I've never heard of before, directed it, called Michael Bay.
Yeah, look out for him. He's top man.
That's all I know.
Okay.
Other than the fact that it's got Deadpool in it, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
It's got a doctor.
She only does one scene of doctory stuff in the whole movie, which
Right,
is
right,
Take time about it, though.
It's got doctor, it's got car driver. So 6 Undergrounds, as I understand it, stands for...
Do we need to warn people about spoilers? Because I don't think we do.
No.
You can't spoil the plot in this
Fuck
movie. There
spoilers.
wasn't one.
There was a plot.
Oh, mate, the plot was just... honestly, I thought it was... there was intrigue. There was... Plot was very subtle, actually, and very...
I feel
very exciting.
personally trolled. It's properly.
So there was 6 people, and the six people stands for the 6 people that I think
Are in the movie.
in the movie.
Well, there were 7,
And
wasn't
also
there?
kind of, and people, I'm sorry you can't see my fingers doing this, but they're doing that little inverted comma thing. They're underground, so they're not part of the actual system.
So they fake their deaths.
They fake
Yeah.
their deaths, they go
So the
underground.
opening scene is Ryan Reynolds
Faking his own
So
death.
he's number 1.
Yep.
He's
And
the leader of the gang.
And he's the
But
billionaire.
there was actually 7 because the car driver snuffed it in the
Dave
epic,
Franco,
in the epic.
But
opening
honestly,
section.
but what-
So
yeah.
they recruited someone else to make it.
who was a sniper. Because that's what you do. You've got a specialist team of individuals, and you pick a car driver, and then he dies. You go, let's replace the car
I'd
driver.
have
with a
thought they
sniper."
would
Of
have
course.
would have gone for a different car driver.
Yeah, of course
But
you would.
the sniper was pretty useful in the end.
Well, he was the heart and soul of the
But
movie.
before we get there, the car scene right at the beginning, which is basically them just driving around Rome, tearing it up, in, out, Brussels sprout.
It was
Florence,
It was
but yeah.
Sorry. Just trying to think of somewhere else in Italy. Don't know anywhere else. Rome, Sicily. In fact, that was just phenomenal. Cars just kept coming out of nowhere.
Lots of slow-mo.
They're like spawning, and the ways that they just kept crashing are just
Some of the
imagination that this guy must have is of
it's
the Richter
virtuoso,
scale.
wasn't it? It was quite incredible.
I mean, where'd you decide? Slow mo?
So much slow-mo violence and the
Donuts.
deaths of the
Brilliant donutting.
randomly spawning enemies like a computer game was quite incredible.
Yeah, I thought this movie was brilliant. Should we move on to the kids feature? Or,
No, but it did not keep me on. It kept me on the edge of my seat. I was like, from the car chase bit was
it
like,
nearly gave me epilepsy.
I now want to watch the rest of this. So, like you say,
It's
cars-
rare for you, actually.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I was like, this is what we need to watch. So, what else happened in the car scene? The poor guy died at the end of it.
Well,
So
he-
the
Yeah.
driver was
he
doing some
recycled
phenomenal
a joke
stuff.
from The Rock with the nuns flipping off the guy.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same joke
With
from
him
The
as
Rock.
well, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Recycling his
Joke
own
recycling.
shit.
So, unfortunately, the car driver just pretty much saves everyone after killing a million cars, bikes, helicopters, wiping everyone out. So, it wasn't even a helicopter after them.
There's always helicopters in Michael Bay
Yeah.
movies.
Awesome.
Always.
Good work, Michael Bay. And who doesn't want a helicopter chasing you down through Rome or Florence or Exeter? So, and unfortunately, he just sort of shudders to a bit of a halt and gets impaled by a forklift truck. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What a way
Yeah,
to go.
right through his neck.
Reegs, what a way to go.
Yep.
So then he chooses sniper.
Yeah,
Good choice.
because they presumably had no more driving to do after that bit.
No, it's on
can't
to a
remember what
different...
they were
So
driving
nobody else had the experience of, because the opening scene is this like 25-minute car chase where you
Well,
don't
no.
know who anybody.
No, 'cause you-
okay,
no,
not
no,
after.
no, but it's
the
within
second.
there.
You don't know who anybody is or why you should care about them.
Well, they're-
or-
No,
But
Black-
you
they're
learn
black-
that. You
You
learn
don't-
that.
You sort of learn that through flashbacks that
Yeah,
occur.
you get some black, but they're black. It's a black ops team, so you don't want to know.
Honestly, that
You
is
missed the
filmmaking.
subtlety.
But why
so-
should you care? It's all very well. Like Lethal Weapon 2 is a good example of a movie that opens up in the middle of a car chase, right?
Yeah.
But you know who the characters are and what the stakes are. But this one, you don't know who
It's because
anybody
it's a
is.
sequel. But this was filmmaking genius because you genuinely did get. So they turn around, they go it stops. You're watching something really cool happen, and then you get freeze frame number 1, the billionaire,
Yeah.
and then you get a little bit of story. That Ryan Reynolds is a billionaire.
He was a
Yeah.
software developer or something, wasn't he?
whatever
Or
it is.
something
He
like
that.
made something to do with magnets.
Then
Oh, that's right.
Boom, number 4, the hitman, and then you understand that he's a hitman and he used to kill people, and that's
And then you had the sort of parkour free runner dude because that's quite trendy.
And how freaking cool is he? There's Peter from EastEnders.
Yeah, he's a
he in
Hardy.
some-
I don't watch EastEnders. I'm
He's a
afraid.
Hardy. He's also been in some other stuff.
What? Like Tom Hardy?
Well, I did wonder if it was a younger brother, but
Hardy
it's not.
boy.
It's not.
And the parkour stuff was just off the Ritz scale good.
There was a lot of continuity errors. I don't know if you noticed in the car
Yep.
race. There
Yeah,
was.
yeah. It was jam packed full
It
of.
reminded me of Commando because there was bits where the car was smashed to pieces.
Yeah,
and
and then the next shot,
it
it's
was all
completely
like
fine.
that panel was back to normal.
That's
Yeah.
because these things can respawn.
Well, the bad guys did respawn
I think
a
it's
lot.
because while I was watching this movie, I literally had zero idea where things were occurring in the narrative. They were like, there's even a part about 40
No,
minutes
you-
in where Ryan Reynolds says something like, now you're all caught up. And then within 5 minutes, there's another fucking flashback. And then you go scenes where they suddenly are infiltrating some apartment or something, and then they have sex, and then they stop and then keep going. And it's like, what? When is all this happening in the actual...
Was that the doctor that he had sex with?
No, she was the spy.
It was
That was
Melanie
someone
Laurent, who was in a much better film, Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
she was, wasn't she? Yeah. She was the waitress. Yeah.
I'm not sure you can get a better film.
Watch Inglourious Bastards.
I'm
Don't
not
watch
sure
this.
I'm not sure you can get a better film.
So the actual overriding plot was that they were trying to stage a coup.
Yeah,
So they were trying to get the brother of this dude in Turgestan.
Turgestan. Yeah.
They were trying to rid the sort of evil dictator and put the more benevolent puppet bloke
because
in
they
his
had the
place.
power and the ability
Which
to
is
do
quite-
that.
That's the
It's
thing.
quite
So
an
they're
American
trying
thing
to.
to do.
I was going to say they're trying to break down a dictatorship and bring democracy by forcefully instilling another fucking dictator in,
Well, he's
even
not
if
a
he's
dict-
supposed to be the
he's
nicer
not
one.
a dictator, though, is he?
Well, he didn't get there
capped-
democratically elected, did he, me?
he's
Let's
cap-
be honest.
No, but he would have done that going forward. That's clear. You could see that he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
Captain Democracy.
Like Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein when they did that. That was
So
that
you
all worked out quite
know,
well, didn't it? when
you know
they
the
did
bit where
that?
they're on a private jet.
Yes.
That's Michael Bay's own private jet.
Okay.
Do you feel good about him having that level of success to have his own private jet?
I don't really care. All it
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I don't begrudge it. It just
So,
it's not for me.
but what about the deaths though? How can all of those wonderful, weird, crazy deaths, different ways of dying, not be for you?
Well, there were some that I did literally make me wince as I was watching,
It
like
was
heads
so-
banging off
so
stuff,
gratuitous,
and it was
wasn't
like,
it?
and there was some. It did at points.
I thought it was quite
It was
impressive.
better shot than many of the Michael Bay films I've seen, but it was edited by like somebody who had Parkinson's. It looked like they were like repeatedly. I counted in a just completely random 1 minute length of scene
Yeah.
in the opening car chase. 27 cuts in a minute.
Perfect.
No,
So one
not
every,
perfect.
One every
It's-
2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
but it
then,
included
like-
that 4 second shot of his head leaning out of the window as the car like nearly
Oh,
took
yeah,
out the
yeah.
dog or whatever it was.
So,
So
if you're watching a film that's, like you say, gonna just keep you on your seat, you want that bang, bang.
it didn't
Bang,
keep
bang,
me on the
bang,
edge of my
bang,
seat
bang,
because
bang,
I could bear. It was typical Michael Bay fare where you can't work out the geography of anything because and then like he films this really cool stuff and then
clearly in Florence.
and then shows it from like 25 different angles within about half a second.
Yeah, I must admit, some of them, the crashes obviously look very staged
Yeah.
with the sparks flying out. And you can kind of like almost like Control C, Control V from
Yeah.
like his different films. A lot of it reminded me of very specific crashes from Transformers and stuff like that.
Awesome.
I love this. It's brilliant.
Did you really, or are you
So-
just
so can we-
trolling me?
can we
just-
Because it was fucking awful.
Can we just explore the plot a little bit more then?
I think
There
we
wasn't any plot.
There was. So they
No,
were trying
there
to
wasn't.
coup. They got him in.
have. Yeah.
They found some magnets, attached them to a boat, blew it, which was the dictator's boat.
That was probably my
Never
favourite part
once.
of the whole movie, the magnet
Never
thing.
once.
That was quite amazing.
What I thought was really great about the film was that I was constantly expecting it to go bad for them at some point, and it never did. They just kept smashing it and sorting it. They just kept getting it right. Things
Well,
kept
the
happening.
driver
They were
died.
working through, killing people, and they executed the plan pretty perfectly. And then the magnet thing at the
The magnet
end
thing was
It was a
pretty
bit
turned the
A-team,
entire
isn't it?
boat into a magnet.
It's a bit A-Team where you
Yeah,
can
it
just
was.
like relentlessly mow down, although no one actually dies over in A-Team, do they?
No.
There's never any comeuppance for the team. They're never in any real danger.
No.
No. I just like it's typical
And who
Michael
doesn't like
Bay
the A-Team?
fare.
Who doesn't like the A-Team, Reegs?
No, I do like the A-Team.
How can you not like this?
Because it's
like the
typical.
A-Team, isn't it?
So another example of typical Michael Bay fare. It's just like I don't think
I'd like to go to one of those, a Michael Bay fair.
ride the Bayonetta. I just don't think so. Like the scenes in Turgestan, where it was blatantly supposed to be Syria, right? It was supposed to be a sad dropping bombs on his own, chemical bombs on his own, right? So I don't think we should be mining that for B-movie action laughs. I just don't.
This was a movie.
Well, okay, A movie, whatever you want to call it.
150 mil budget.
How good was it when they sort of blew up all the statues and let them fall over?
What's this? No, it wasn't. It wasn't good. But, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I just everything that I don't like about Michael Bay was in evidence in this film.
So I specifically have written down about your rant that we had in a different episode, and how many of those features of your rant occurred in this particular movie.
Go on, tell me.
Well, no, I'm asking you.
Oh,
so he's racist normally.
Well, you can replace racism for sexism, although, I mean, its depiction of Middle Eastern people is not very nice. But in this, I mean, the film's treatment of women is absolutely horrifying. You know, for Bay, women are either mothers, old women's, or sexual object, and that's it. You know, and you're
Doctors,
lucky. Like, the film...
CIA agents.
Yes, but they're not, though, are they? They're basically... She just gets...
We're talking about this off the back of a top 5 Birdcast.
Yeah, I know, yeah. The irony is that, Like, so we're supposed to laugh in the movie where that hideous guy is having sex with that woman and he's killed.
Oh, it's a bit of an orgy thing,
yeah.
With the prostitutes.
Like, we're supposed to laugh at that.
It's just like Watchmen, isn't it? Do the exact same thing in Watchmen. And was it the Night Owl? The Night Owl and his missus in the film Watchmen, right?
No, but
the Night Owl and missus only get it on after they killed some criminals.
But that's different. She's a willing participant in the act. This is a prostitute who is part of the...
She's a hitman.
No, she's not.
She's the CIA agent.
Not in the scene that I'm talking about.
No, they have the orgy bit with the prostitutes with the champagne.
Don't remember that bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Honestly.
I don't know. And then, competent CIA agent is reduced to lingerie model.
No.
Yes.
She kills a load of people.
In the beginning.
No.
And then
later
she
on.
becomes a lingerie model. I don't know.
So ticking quite a few of the usual Michael Bay...
Frenetic editing, no sense of the filmatism.
For me, the number one Michael Bay trope is the slow motion helicopter shot.
Yeah.
And this had several.
Well, it also had the upskirt shot, which, you know, basically women just being filmed from the floor upwards so you can, whatever.
You're not okay with that?
Don't remember that.
No, not really, no.
No, quite right.
But in the interests of being fair, I did actually write a few words in the style of, say, Meeg or somebody who would enjoy this movie, because I thought it would be, you know, good to share a different viewpoint. So do you mind if I just kind of go through some of the stuff that I put? So I just saw a movie that will give your eye boners, make your balls scream, and make you shit DVDs. You can't spoil the plot because thank God there isn't one. Just ass kicking that kicks ass while said ass is getting kicked, kicking yet more ass that's hitting someone's balls with a hammer made of ice, but the ice is frozen whiskey. Remember when Donald Trump was elected, he said that thing by about 2020, we'd have movies that would explode in our balls like a shotgun filled with hand jobs. Well, that promise came true 2 days ago when I saw Six Underground, except not only was it a shotgun full of hand jobs exploding in my balls, but my balls suddenly knew how to make fire using karate.
I want to see that film.
Yeah, sounds like a good...
So that's what I thought.
So
the typical Michael Bay lover, that's probably how they think about movies, I would think.
So we've slagged the plot or lack thereof.
Yeah.
So I looked up the writers. There's a team.
Yeah.
Well, a team of 2, double act, Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese.
Right.
And they also wrote Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Zombieland 1 and Zombieland Double Tap.
You see, I'm quite surprised by that because I actually...
So you wonder if they
I
wrote
think...
something else. And
then
sort of
Bay
down.
just filmed
but
his
I
own
also
thing.
wonder if
I think you project onto Michael Bay, you know, your sense of him. I think, and quite rightfully,
it's there on screen. It's
no. But these writers prove that there is sort of depth in that plot that you're just not seeing because you're just clearly a bit shallow yourself.
But I was wondering, do they come hand in hand? Ryan Reynolds.
Well, so. It's a good question because I really like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's like a
hate
good.
him during this,
but yeah, he was terrible in this, and he'd lost all his. He's normally got that easygoing charm that sort of makes.
Yeah, and
but he was just like
you're just a really one-trick pony now.
Yeah,
and
nothing he was saying was making me laugh.
And I thought he's now found his sort of niche, his sweet spot, and he's just going to be this all the time.
Bingo.
Which maybe isn't such a bad thing, but I do like to see people with a bit of range.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's got that.
I know. Why wouldn't you milk your sweet spot?
Well, I know what you mean. I think he's just confirmed Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
So I wonder if these guys are Because he said with the whole team is working on it, so I was like, oh, that's probably those two guys.
With Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2 share a lot of the same sensibilities of this movie, except they were directed by a competent director who understands...
They sacked the first guy, didn't they?
Tim Miller.
Yeah.
But the action scenes are really well staged in Deadpool 1 and 2, and it's got a lot of jokes that are crass but tread the right line of being funny, whereas it's just typical Michael Bay fare.
The other thing that I found really
I didn't
weird,
think you went into this with an open mind.
I didn't, but I
Clearly,
tried.
You went into it with a mind of just clearly thinking about hand jobs and balls exploding.
Yeah, and balls
eyes.
made of fire and karate.
when this film was announced or started production, it was rumoured to be a Thundercats movie.
Amazing.
How did they get that from what this turned out to be? It couldn't be more
I
different.
don't remember She-Ra being in this. What was that? Fucking...
Cheetah.
No, the little
Chitara Lettering.
Snarf or whatever his
Snarf.
name was.
Snarf,
Is that what
yeah.
it was? Yeah, I thought you could do an impression of him. And the other thing I have to talk about was the fucking insane amount of product placement in this
Yeah,
movie.
but that's in all his stuff, though, isn't it?
There was Red Bull. By the end of it, I wanted to have a Red Bull with Captain Morgan, a Heineken,
Well,
and buy a shop art
There
watch.
was also a really prominent bottle of Aviator gin. Because
Yeah.
that's Ryan Reynolds' part owns that company. So
Jesus.
it is pretty shameless.
Yeah.
Did not notice any of it.
It doesn't
Sadly,
surprise me.
because it's Netflix film, they don't publish any sort of data.
Yeah,
about,
the
well, I suppose
metrics, the usual
you
metrics.
wouldn't really get a turnover figure for it anyway because it's all in with your subscription. But
Yeah.
they don't tell you viewing figures. But I did see it was one of the biggest streamed films of the year
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. And it cost $150
150
million.
yeah. Well, I thought when I was watching the car chase, I thought this must have cost a fortune. because
Yeah, there
it's-
was some stuff that I was like, that is like when they were doing those chases through the museums
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking that is amazing because they're
So those
either doing
museums-
that, which is incredible,
Yeah,
or
they're-
they're not. But the CGI is really good.
I didn't pick up on it because I'm not an art aficionado, but there was continuity problems with the museums and stuff as well, with where
Yeah.
the pieces were.
Yeah,
obviously it
because
was
some
they
was in
weren't crashing
Fiorentina,
through actual museums.
some was in Florence, and some was in Sicily.
Yeah.
So what were the ratings?
Well, the metrics, you're going to love this. So IMDb, 6.1 out of 10. So that's higher than a lot of stuff that we've watched. Rotten Tomatoes, 38%. Metacritic, 41%.
Okay.
Google uses 89%.
Michael Bay fans, a lot of them.
This is why I don't use Google. I use DuckDuckGo for that very reason.
amazing.
Okay, but I thought it's been a little while since we've done a quiz.
Oh,
So I've just cribbed together just a little quick quiz about
About
Michael
the
Bay.
movie or
No,
about Michael
Michael Bay and his career. And I think you're going to like this. So question 1. Michael Bay stormed off stage like a little crybaby bitch during a shameless promotional cash-in, but which electronics giant was he leeching money from? Was it Sony, Panasonic or Samsung?
you even
Samsung.
sent me the clip. Not
I
that
did, I
long
sent you
ago.
the clip.
Samsung,
Panasonic.
Google users, same. Samsung.
Correct. Right, so 1 out of 3. Michael Bay would often work in partnership with Jerry Bruckheimer. His first film without Bruckheimer was a massive flop, presumably indicating that he's a talentless twat. Can you name the film? Was it Bad Boys 2, The Island, or Transformers?
Will it be The Island?
Is that the one with Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
I saw this at the cinema.
What, The Island?
Yeah, it was The Island. Budget was about 100
Do you
million.
know a stuntman died while they were making The Island?
They just
And
pushed him to
Bay
the side and
has
carry on.
recycled. He actually shows the shot where the stuntman died, and he used the same footage in The Island and in 2 of the Transformers movies.
Well, at least he didn't die in vain.
Wow.
If you're a stuntman, wouldn't you want to go out with a bang?
I don't
You
know.
at least want to be included.
Was it the deaf stuntman from the Fast Show?
Hey?
Yeah, the budget was 100 million and it only made about a third of that. And then finally, so we're on for 4 marks here. This is good. Bay isn't just a supremely talented director. He's also an amazingly gifted actor. Which film did he cast himself in his debut role? Was it A, Hamlet, B, Citizen Kane, or C, Armageddon?
No. I've seen... Which version of Hamlet? The Kenneth Branagh one?
Yeah.
Then I don't think it was that one.
No.
It certainly wasn't. It was Armageddon. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
was he-
it was Armageddon.
Who was
did he
he in
play?
Armageddon?
He cast himself as a NASA scientist.
Of course.
Surely the most miscast role since Joey Tribbiani was cast as a brain surgeon in Days of Our Lives. and Friends.
Nice. Brilliant.
Well
Like
done. That's
it.
3 out of 3.
Well
Okay,
done.
so-
Amazing.
So you're clearly a huge fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shall we just say...
See whether we're entertained.
yeah, were you not entertained, Meek?
No, I hate it. Honestly, it was shit. It was actually a bit pants, Reegs.
I can't tell. I really cannot tell
That
whether you're
seemed genuine,
trolling me
I
or
don't know.
not.
Riggs, were you not entertained?
I fucking loved it. Yeah.
No, I did actually quite enjoy it.
Oh, it was awful, awful, awful. Honestly, I feel like we are all stupider for having watched this movie.
Okay, again, I thought it'd be quite lucky enough to be able to choose this week. I thought I'd choose something that my daughter's been watching quite a lot of.
Which one of
And
yours? Was it the eldest or the youngest, by the way?
The eldest.
Yeah, okay. Being 6 is, I think it's important.
Yeah, seems like about the same age as Molly, isn't it? And I don't know how she stumbled across it, but it's been watched a lot. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to subject you both to the same.
Are we going to tell the
wonderful-
listeners again what it is, or is that just something you don't do?
Well, I'm going to tell you what it makes me feel like first.
Okay.
There's a couple of songs. Basically, this is everything that I think you'll hate. So it has a massive reset button. Everything there is full of lovely songs which just get stuck in your head.
Nope.
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 In mine. And there's probably the shittiest life lessons ever. The program is called Molly and Mack.
Yeah.
And it's the story of a young girl and her brother who live in a town called Bridgetown,
Yep.
which is
Was it
under
mainland Scotland? Or
No,
was
it's
it-
in Fife.
Right,
It's
okay.
in Fife, is it? Under a bridge, but they basically
Yeah,
just
I
go.
don't really get it.
Yeah, they just go to this thing called the.
Yes, he
the big
does
hub.
work. Sorry, no, the brother.
What does she? Does she go to school or what?
I don't know. I only watched one episode, but it was pretty clear. I watched the very first episode.
Yeah, I thought that's what
So
it
she
was
just
supposed to be.
new
rocked. So
store.
she just rocked. Yeah, okay, new school.
So he runs it's not antiques, but he
It
runs
was
a
like
stall
a sort
in the
of
market.
jumble sales sort of commune.
There's a jumble sale commune, and I can't imagine they make any money in.
Well,
that
there was
thing.
no sale in the episode I watched. Anyone. But
Yeah,
anyone.
anyone. I mean, there's just
All
the
they did
only
was-
people that are walking around.
All they
there
did was trash the New Birds stock.
are the people that own the store. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. So it's like a jumble sale commune. It's like a glorified car boot sale, and they
Yeah.
hang out there every day. There's a little story for them to tell.
So I really liked this. I have to say, I thought the music was brilliant.
No, it
I
wasn't.
really enjoyed the songs.
No, it wasn't. No, the song
And
was bad.
I really wished my
I'm
kids.
sorry.
Would you
But-
like to sing one of the songs with
No,
me?
fucking no. So a 13-minute
Sing along.
episode. A 13-minute episode with 3 songs is too many songs. I
But
don't
they
wanna
were
watch this
good
fucking
though.
music. No, they
were
fucking
really.
weren't.
No, they were.
They were bullshit.
There's basically a plot line where they get to inject both the songs every week, which is
Oh, what the same songs play every week?
Oh my God.
every
Okay.
episode. It's the same. It's the same songs.
What,
They just,
oops, I fucked up or whatever.
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
exactly that. So something happens where he's like, "Oh shit."
No, what is the song? Because you can actually
You've
sing
sung it
because you were
100
singing
times since we started.
I'll try and do it in my Scottish accent as well.
Yeah, go on.
Oops.
Just pretend you're Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and I'll pretend I'm Yoda and I'll try and join it.
Oops. Oh no. What am I gonna do? This is a disaster. What am I gonna do? Oops. Oh no. What am I? It's
gonna
like that.
do?
It's like you messed
like
up,
sort of the
fucked up,
Proclaimers
clean
style.
up, tied it up. I'm gonna fix it up.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderfully sticks in your head.
Yeah.
And then everyone sort of dances around, sort of gets the jazz hands out. They
it's
do lots of
dreadful.
really cool things. It's like a lovely scene. And then shit happens for a little bit.
Well, not much happens.
No, shit
It had
happens.
a sort of appalling sort of community
And then
theatre
either
feel to it.
Molly, Mac, or someone
Maradona.
has an idea.
Right.
And they go, I have an idea. She has an idea. Hope it's a good one. Let's hear your idea. I have an idea. And that idea fixes the mistake from the previous oops. Oh no.
What am I gonna do?
I joke, you nailed it. And then
I was praying for a Begbie
it
sort of
just
character
happened.
to appear.
Yeah. And then the world becomes a better place. Someone learns a little life lesson about how to be a better person.
Yeah, I suppose they had that. For
So this was
The big hub closes. They go home, walk down the road, back home. Someone pushes the reset button, then come in again for the next episode.
so this was much more wholesome than anything that we've watched before.
It was very wholesome and way too saccharine sweet for me.
No, it made me realise. I was like, God, I wish
no, I said
my
for me. You
daughter.
can't say no.
No,
It was.
I can say that. I can and I have. I wished my daughter watched some of this stuff where the people were nice to each other and they talked about genuine. I felt it was very PC, but without
Yeah.
pushing it too hard. So you had the Bob the greengrocer, who was basically Rocky from Paw Patrol, right? He was the repair,
Yeah, he's good.
recycle
Yeah,
man.
but he was a bit
and he
creepy
was
old man,
really
I
good. No, he wasn't a creepy old. There was none
He
of that.
was.
And then
So
the
you
old
missed the
lady
subtext.
who runs the cafe, she's got a
Moira.
disability, but they don't push that on you.
Well,
It's just
that
there.
is the point that I've made in my notes about CBBS in general are very good with that. They're
Yeah.
very inclusive. The
And then-
presenters and everyone.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
'cause
very
there's one who's
normalised
not got
for
an arm
kids.
or something, isn't there? Yeah.
So it's that side of things is very normalised because
Who's
we
not
never
got-
had that when we grew up.
No, we didn't.
Who's not got an arm?
There's a presenter on
Presenter on
CBeebies. I only
CBeebies.
bring it up because my wife and I were watching it, and it didn't actually occur to either of us when we were watching it, and then we were like, "Oh God, we're so progressive."
Oh, quite right.
But
You should grow a beard.
One of the presenters doesn't have
Grow a
an arm.
beard, wear
And then you
glasses,
get
have
all
a quip.
the sort of Justin Fletcher stuff that he
Yeah.
does with sort of more severely handicapped children
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which is really
So,
good.
so it's better than Barbie. Have you ever watched Barbie?
Oh no, well we'll come to that in another episode. But yeah, it's better than Mia.
Will
and
we?
Me.
No one's coming
It's
on
better
Barbie,
than-
mate.
And so it was much more wholesome, and it dealt with a fairly complex emotional theme because,
Hang on.
so they talk about the fact that her mother died when she
I
was
forgot
young,
about that. Yeah.
but it's not presented in a way that I think if
Oh
you
yeah, the
were
new
a
lady
child,
brought it up, didn't she? She
yeah.
said, "Where's your mum?" She said, "Oh, unfortunately, my mum's dead."
But
Yeah, she did. That's exactly what she said. But I was too young to remember it or something. She says.
I think if you were a child who'd experienced some sort of grief
good.
like that, it would be a good entry way into the thing. So no, I really liked this. I thought the only thing that I thought was weird, I'd missed the fact that they were
Scottish.
two kids and a
Peter.
dad. At first, I thought the
I thought that-
elder brother and the dad were in a gay relationship.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Yeah,
when they were
I
walking
thought
down
that,
the
yeah.
street at the beginning,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this is progressive."
This is really progressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like it was two guys and their daughter.
because the older guy, or the guy that's meant to be dad, he's not that old. He
I was
doesn't
going to
look
say
old
he
enough
can
to
only
have-
have been about 12 when he had the kid, which,
Exactly.
considering this is Scotland, is probably about normal, isn't it? Let's be honest. But
Yeah, he doesn't look old enough.
he doesn't look old enough.
to have Mac. To have had
No.
Mac.
No.
Because
Mad
Mac's
Max.
a full-grown dude.
But no, I really like this
I know
program.
it's cracking. It just gets better and better. Honestly, you need to watch more.
I don't need to watch more, and I probably wouldn't. But I did wish that my girls would
Well,
watch
that's all you've
something
got to do is put it
more.
on and I'll watch it, right?
No, they won't because it hasn't got a fucking unicorn in it or something. I mean, that's what they want.
Or something that's a little bit bitchy.
So when I was a youngling, I would have hated this because I hated anything that wasn't animated.
Okay.
I would not have liked this when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have liked it either, being brutally honest, because they had.
So we had stuff like, I don't know if you
trying to think
remember,
of
we had
it.
like Why Don't You and shit like that, and I
Yeah.
fucking hated all of it.
Yeah.
It had to be Transformers or Mask or something like that.
Mask was
Mask was good, yeah.
Yeah, Mobile
That's
Arms
probably a
Strike
different episode.
So I found some metrics.
Okay.
IMDb.
Yeah.
I think this is the highest we've had. 8.5 out of 10.
Brilliant.
good. Molly and Mack.
Yeah. Obviously nothing on Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic because it's not American.
Yeah.
Google
but
users,
Google users
23%.
88%, so not quite as good as 6
I
Underground.
did think that this was also not something they're going to be able to sell to people because the
only other
the
place-
Scottish accent is
it's
There's no merch here, is there?
It was also in Australia, bizarrely.
okay.
Yeah, but nowhere else.
Well, because the Scottish
UK.
accent, they don't really dampen it down. It's they're speak. I mean, it's not a fucking full-on Begbie Glaswegian brogue, but it's not watered down either. So you can't sell it to Americans; they wouldn't have a clue. So if the Aussies like it and the Brits
There's not
like
enough gun
it,
violence for Americans anyway.
yeah, that's true. Well, you don't know. You haven't seen the episode where Molly brings in an M16 to the market.
Shoots up the market.
Yeah, no, the market. I would like to understand the practicalities of the market. A, whether that actually exists.
I mean, is that their main source of income?
B, whether anyone actually turns up. C, whether the kids actually go to school at some point.
Well, you've watched a lot of it. I mean,
Yeah, I watched
do
the whole
ever
thing.
go
They
to
never
school?
go to school. They just hang out there every day. So, like, is
So they're
this
kind
over?
of almost homeschooled.
Is this over a summer holiday? Is this over Christmas? You know that. I mean, there's a Christmas episode.
I've seen
so-
they've commissioned series 2 of it.
Have they really?
Yeah.
I did see that she was.
There's some unanswered questions here required
Yeah.
around the practicalities of actually living
Maybe
in the big hub.
maybe series 2
A big
delves
hub is all
into
bad.
the fact that they've got no money because they never sell anything. You know, they're now destitute, living on the street.
Just out of interest, does the nonsense Potter who is she feature in the episodes going forward? The one who started
Oh
in the
yeah,
first one.
no, it goes a whole relationship.
Is
Does
there-
her brother
is there-
own a sword shop?
Is there a romantic angle with the new lady?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
there
so
might
she-
be,
With
yeah.
who though? With the dad?
Yeah, with the dad.
Yeah. Because
They
Matt's
end up-
got a girlfriend, hasn't he?
Yeah, Daisy.
That's when I twigged that he
So
probably
was it the
wasn't.
dad? Was it the dad who used to be in Taggart?
Taggart?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never watched Taggart, to be honest.
One of them did. I didn't know who the actor, which one was which. Yeah, one of them used to be in Taggart. James Mackenzie.
James.
So, because I just always try and find out what other stuff people have done.
Yeah,
but none of them had been in anything other than this dude had been Taggart. I think if you work in kids' TV, it's hard to do something afterwards, but you could go into it after if you really wanted to.
Yeah,
especially
if you have to.
If you live in Bridgetown yourself and thought, you know what,
I'll just pop along to the cafe.
Let's make a little film program.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do it. Overall, were you not entertained, Meek?
Yeah, no, that's why I chose it.
Yeah, I liked it.
I did not.
I knew.
But I kind of, I
This one was picked.
appreciate why it's getting positive vibes.
This one was picked to troll you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well done. Are you ready?
Not really.
I feel like that should be left in.
So would I rather? Is that what it's called? The game?
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Yeah, I just thought it'd be quite fun to do something that may or may not make us lol.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to wrap up our main features of this week with something a little bit more lighthearted. I think we've touched on some very heavy and deep, meaningful themes the past few weeks. So this week, we're going to lighten the mood. Me, you're going to lead us off into a game, some sort of feature called Would You Rather?
Yeah, and there's everyone's played a little bit of Would You Rather.
I love Would You Rather, by the way. I love this game.
and I've had a crack at finding some that may have really loose connections with film or movies.
Okay.
So first question to you chaps would be, would you rather, and this is coming from, I think, Beetlejuice, where guy's head changes a little bit, right? Would you rather have a head the size of a tennis ball or a head the size of a watermelon?
I think my head is already the size of a watermelon.
Is that on the assumption that a watermelon is much larger than a human head? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, decent sized watermelon, like one you get in Thailand.
If you've got the tennis ball sized head, do you still have the same processing power as your original head? Or is your processing power shrinking?
Let's assume that it's relative.
So if I had a tennis ball head, I'd be on sort of your wavelength.
No.
No.
I'm much smarter than a tennis ball head.
I think I'm going to go with watermelon.
I'm going to go with watermelon as well.
Head. But I hate watermelon though.
But you have
Do
a really
you?
big head.
Yeah, I fucking hate
It would be
watermelon
quite
a lot.
would it not be a bit heavy, like walking around?
My head's massive anyway.
Yeah, but like, you
Struggle
might
with
sort
half.
of fall over.
Do you?
Yeah.
There's a guy at work I know who's got he said, I've got a really big head, and I never realised how big it was until we went to a Christmas party.
Yeah, so
and he put the Christmas hat.
I have to balance it like on the back of my head. Like
Yeah, that's what he
like
did.
a skull cap. I feel like you.
Yeah. And I was like, fucking hell, yeah, you really have got a big head.
Not be a bit difficult going to sleep because you probably end up with a bit of a quick neck.
I have got a quick neck at the moment. Maybe that's why.
Is that from your big head?
I need to go on a head diet.
Head diet.
All right, number 2.
Would you rather freeze to death,
Yeah.
or like Mr.
What, The
Freeze in the
Shining?
movie, or The Shining,
Yeah.
or burn to death?
I'll freeze to
the
death.
Human Torch.
100%.
Why?
Because I can't imagine anything worse than burning to death.
Yeah, I think freezing to death, you'd kind of just slow down, right? And you'd kind of fall asleep, whereas burning to death would be like just really painful.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a film scene
Where somebody's burned to death.
Carrie?
I was going to say Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
Carrie
yeah,
would be
great
good.
shout.
Yeah.
They kind of melt. They
do melt.
Well, it's
yeah.
kind of, I
It's
suppose,
good
an
burning,
inferno
isn't it?
kind of
It
vibe.
looks really
what if you're
awful.
like,
Did you see it was on over Christmas and they cut that scene right to shreds?
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah.
Well, what's the point of cutting
I know.
it? I mean, they're Nazis anyway. They're not real people.
Yeah, I mean, it was pointless. Like, why show it at 3 PM if you're going to do that? Just put it on later. Idiots.
okay,
So, I'm going...
Solidly
freeze.
freezing to
I'm
death.
going Jack Nicholson, Shining, just stick me out in the garden and
Yeah.
freeze me. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, cool. All right. So, would you rather
Yeah.
be Mr. Tusk
Yeah.
or part of the human centipede?
Which part? I think
Yeah.
it's really important in the human.
Well, you basically want to be at the front.
You don't. Yeah, exactly. You want to be in the front. You don't want to be in the middle. That's
Okay,
for sure.
I haven't defined which part, so maybe you get to choose.
So I can either be.
Well, if you get to choose, well, you'd still have people.
Well, I'm
touch
still going Tusk because isn't man walrus at heart anyway?
you get fish every other day.
Yeah, I get a little swimming pool of my own with a ball in it. I don't want to be in the centipede.
Fuck, it's quite a big choice.
Really?
Well, it's just
Oh, no,
solidly
it's a tough call.
Well,
So-
I don't know because could you eventually get
Out of the
separated
human
from the centipede and
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
kind of still have your humanoid form?
Yeah, just with.
So maybe if I could choose, I don't know.
I think I might go at the front of the human centipede.
You like a rim, don't you?
I've not experienced the joys of a rim job, so yeah.
Cartman's mum. That's
I'm going to
tough
go
call.
at the front of the human centipede.
I'm going Tusk.
You're in a tusk
I'm
versus
gonna- yeah, I'm
centipede.
gonna-
What are you
embrace
going
my-
for, me? Just out of
My
interest.
inner walrus.
I think I'd have to embrace my inner walrus.
Would you?
Yeah, I just don't want to be.
I think you haven't watched the movie, so you don't really know what you're letting yourself
Wait,
in
watch
for.
you skimmed through it the other night, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's just. I think he loses his mind, which is quite useful. I think if you're part of the human centipede,
I think you probably lose it in the human
you
centipede.
think you're losing the human centipede. You know, you kind of don't really be able to think about this sort of stuff.
I've not seen a human centipede, I have to say.
Any of them?
No.
All right.
I mean, I think if I'd seen the first one, I wouldn't bother with the sequels.
Now I know.
I
What
don't
to
know that
choose.
I'll ever. Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, so Back to the Future style one.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a time machine that only goes back in time,
Yeah.
or a time machine that only goes forward in
Forward.
time?
Forward. Absolutely forward.
Because I already know all the stuff in the past.
I'd like to find out what
Relatively
happens to my.
When you want to fix that shit, though.
I would like to know what's going to happen to my
I'd be more
kids
inquisitive about
and
stuff that I didn't
sort
know
of thing.
anything about, rather than stuff that I kind of know the history of.
Yeah, agreed. Plus, flying cars and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, future all the way.
Future all the way. That sounds actually
Future all the way.
kind
What
of.
about you?
There's no. I don't know. I think it'd be quite cool to go back to see the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it would be.
that
But
would be quite
but
cool.
still, my inquisitiveness
Stamp
about
on
what happens.
Stamp on a butterfly, a la butterfly effect. Would you rather
Mm-hmm.
have knives for fingers,
Yeah,
like
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger or
Oh,
Edward
there we go, yeah.
Scissorhands,
Yeah.
Edward Penis Hands.
or penises for fingers?
Oh, okay, the porn version.
Are they
of it.
working penises?
Clearly, yeah.
So
What,
they
so
all
you can jizz 10 times?
jizz independently out of your fingers.
Let's assume so. Yeah,
Can you still pick stuff up? Like, are
it
they
might be a
too-
bit difficult. It might be a bit soft. You might have to. You might have to.
You might have to think sexy thoughts to make a sandwich.
Naked me.
Do they have balls? Or is it just cocks?
No, he just said penis hands.
Just penis hands. Penis. The thing is, I can think of some advantages of having penises for hands. Mind you, I can think of some advantages
Yeah,
of having
cooking would be
knives for
good.
hands.
You could-
Cooking.
You could be good in the kitchen.
But it wouldn't be, like giving your daughter a hug when you've got knives for hands.
Yeah, it might be quite
but then
odd when
it's
you've got 10
weird when
dicks
you've
all
got-
over.
Yeah.
I'd probably go knives.
Okay,
On the basis that having penises for hands is
Too
weirder.
weird. It's just too weird.
but you also wouldn't be able to handle anything.
Do I, with the penis hands, do I manufacture more amounts of semen or
Same amount.
same amount just spread over 10 penises? Seems a bit.
No,
What's the point in
I
that?
think you'd probably
Imagine shaking hands with someone with
Yeah.
like dick fingers.
be tough, wouldn't it?
I feel like I'm just going to say dick fingers just because.
Dick fingers.
Nice
dick
work,
fingers.
dick fingers. Well
Yeah.
said.
Where
Okay.
are you at with this, Meek?
I think it'd have to be knives as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with
I
you.
just
I'm
think
worried now that I'm the weird one.
I just think it'd be too, just be too awkward. Okay, right. So, would you rather be in a real version of Jurassic Park
Yeah.
or The Walking Dead?
Oh, well, The Walking Dead, the TV show,
Zombies
was
or dinosaurs?
relentlessly dull.
Zombies
So at
or
least
dinosaurs?
Got
Jurassic
good again,
Park-
though, didn't it? I read. I don't watch it anymore, but I do read the recaps. Because
I don't know. But do you know the comic just ended?
Yeah, I
just
did
like
read that. Yeah, yeah,
basically in the middle of the.
they didn't announce
They
it.
didn't announce it.
Just put
They
out,
did some
yeah.
fake adverts for the next week's one, and then they killed Rick. Spoiler alert. And then.
But it deviated from the TV show ages ago anyway.
Yeah, but still, fair play to him.
I don't really care about Jurassic Park at all, so I'd probably say Walking Dead.
Wait, what do you mean?
Or the stuff I just said.
You don't care about Jurassic Park? Which
The film
bit?
never did much for me. I don't care about dinosaurs particularly, and I quite like the idea.
Well, they're
of
the ultimate irrefuting of Christianity, though, aren't they?
creationism.
Yeah. Like,
No, I get
They
that,
are, aren't they?
but they still
So-
are that. But we're asking if I want to live in a pretend universe.
Yeah.
So I like the kind of lawless society where I can just gun zombies down.
Yeah.
And live in that sort of world.
yeah,
And
I
think-
agree.
I think I'd probably end up like the governor, to be honest.
What a lovely thought.
Yeah.
I've
So
always
I'm in
thought,
for the
yeah,
Walking
no,
Dead.
the whole zombie apocalypse thing would be quite a good lol,
Yeah.
I think. So maybe I'll go for that, even though I would love to see a dinosaur.
I've
Okay,
been to Tampa Park, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's quite underwhelming.
but you might get eaten by the dinosaur.
You might get eaten by a zombie or turn into one.
Yeah.
Or by
Does
the
that-
roving bands of.
Does that happen? Is that sort of zombie law that if a zombie gets you,
Have you watched
do
The Walking
turn
Dead?
you do turn into a zombie? No.
I
it
can't think
doesn't,
of,
no, it doesn't matter. Even if you die in The Walking Dead, if you die from whatever cause, you will turn into a zombie. Yeah.
Okay. Last one.
Okay.
Last one. Would you rather crap your pants in public once a year for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
or crap yourself in private every day
What's this
for
got
the
to do
rest
with
of your
films?
life?
I mean, the really weird thing is that somebody asked me this question on Friday. That is the really weird
Standard.
thing.
So answer is
So it's crap
Hang on.
yourself once a week in public.
in public
Once a year in public, wasn't it?
5 times a year. Go crap your pants in public once a year for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Crap your pants
Or,
in public once a year.
Once a year
or
for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
what's your turn?
Or crap yourself in private every day for the rest of your life.
What does it matter? You're at home anyway.
Well, but you're still crapping yourself.
Yeah, but you could prepare for that, couldn't you? You could
We're
put a
probably
nappy
gonna-
on.
That
and,
probably will
like-
happen to us at some point.
Well, I was going to say, I probably do crap myself in public once a year, every year. Yeah.
Haven't we all had this incident at work?
I was going to say, yeah, we've all thrown away shitty drawers at work, haven't we? So,
Don't know what you're talking about.
well, you do, Reeg, you do. I would
so
go
we're
for
taking the public one
I have to
then?
go for the public one because the daily sounds like a massive inconvenience.
A lot of washing up, isn't it? I think, yeah, once you've done it once in public, then everyone knows that you're that guy, so you might as well just crack on with it.
Okay.
You'd be like, oh, excuse me,
you
I'm
could call
sorry,
it
I've been
out.
afflicted by this condition where
Yeah,
I
don't-
had a game of Would You Rather and I had to choose between these two things and I chose this one. Sorry about it. So
And you can make a bit of an event of it, couldn't you? You could actually get the sort of I'm going to poo myself button.
Yeah,
And,
but
like,
presumably you
fire
don't
off a
know when
siren
it's
or
gonna
something like
happen.
that.
Yeah, I think the whole point of it is you do it in an embarrassing sort of moment.
yeah.
Okay. Well, tough call. I think I probably prefer to be private then.
Would you?
Yeah, every day.
Who could be bothered though?
Every day?
Every day. Every day. Just whereas you'd be like,
I think you're right. You'd take preventative pants of some sorts.
I just think
adult
once would just
diaper.
be- an adult diaper. Yeah.
Man nappy.
Mappy.
Yeah. I just think it's like once a year. What's the big deal?
Good answer.
Yeah, because once you've done it a few times, everyone will be like, oh, it's happened again. you
Oh,
know?
it's old.
Oh, shit your pants.
Yeah, old shitty pants.
Because actually,
once a year.
that's funny because we went on a stag do, and this fella who was, I think, like an uncle of the guy, the stag, he did like a slut job or something. We were in some bar, and he shit himself.
Slut.
And everyone was like,
while
"Oh
slut dropping.
God, like D, not again!" And he was like, just known for like shitting himself. And so it was just a bit like, he hadn't lost any mates over it. It was just known as like, "Oh, shitty pants."
Old shitty pants.
So I
mink.
think, yeah, you were right if you do it once a year in public.
No,
I'll
I really
demo.
don't.
If genuinely, honestly, me.
Honestly,
you need to see
no, I
this.
don't-
Yeah, you need to see this.
So we could film it and put it on like Instagram.
I am so down for that. He's gonna do the slut drop.
Side
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Okay. Cool. Let's do that.
Look out for
on
that.
you.
Look out for that. So is that the end of your?
I don't
So
know.
we're
I can
ending on
subject you to any more.
we're ending on a shitty theme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
nice.
Alright, down with it. Okay, cool.
Well, thanks, Mead.
So it's a pleasure.
Well, so thanks everyone for listening. Please like and oh, that was a big wasn't it?
Got the eyes.
Remember to leave us a review on
Someone,
Apple
please.
Podcasts, please, because I can't keep making fake accounts and doing them for us. You guys have to do something.
Maybe we should get in
Maybe
touch
you
with-
should leave one, and your good wife
I
could
might
leave
just
one
get in
for
touch
us.
with your mum and ask her to leave one.
Well, she's about as likely to do it as you.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it. It's still quite mind-boggling that people are listening to us. Stay tuned next week. It's going to be Sidey's pick, isn't
My
it?
nomination, yeah, I'm going to nominate. I haven't got anything on my mind to nominate just yet. I need to give it some consideration.
Okay,
But
well,
also,
stay tuned.
please let us know your thoughts for a top 5 bird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Please do let us know a top 5 bird, avian or
In film.
otherwise.
Yeah, film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Signing out.
Reegs signing out.
Mig
Yep.
signed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. See ya.
Thanks.